opportunity to have a braai in Cape Town, which is a South African barbecue. It was put on for us by two men nicknamed Blacks in Space, who grew up in a township called Philippi, and that's where they started their mobile food business. One thing that was really powerful about our interaction with them was when we were actually sitting down for dinner with Blacks. I was at a table with Callie and Roman, and we were kind of discussing the merits of volunteering in the townships and whether Blacks thought that the service that we were doing would really make an impact on the community, or how best to have volunteerism help the people of the township. And one thing that he mentioned was that monetary donations, while they are valuable in some sense, are nowhere near as impactful as real cultural exchange on the basis of interpersonal interactions. And so he sort of gave us that validation that what we were doing actually was meaningful, and related it to his own experience, in which a professor from Tennessee came with a group of students and really educated him with the business techniques that he needed to move forward with his enterprise. So it was just, really exciting to hear that we were on the right track to actually doing some good for the Nomzamo community.
I think every day brought something new and really different, and we actually go around the dinner table and talk about our highlights of the day, so every day had a highlight. But I think for me, it was a day we were doing soccer drills at ACJ, and actually Taylor and I, we were doing a goalie keeper drill, and I played keeper in high school, and it was never like the glamorous position, like no one on my team ever wanted to play, and that's kind of how I got roped into playing. And so it was kind of like endearing to see how many kids, I was like, so who likes to play keeper? And everyone's hand shot up, and it was really great. And we do kind of like simple drills because we're working with a variety of ages, but it was so great to see their enthusiasm in just doing this very simple goalie keeping drill that I learned when I was little. So it was really gratifying that I got to pass something on to them, as well as just to see their level of enthusiasm of not only playing soccer, but kind of just being with us.
So you never really know or understand about a culture, no matter how much you read or study it, until you've actually come into contact and been there in person, and you can get a feeling of the community. So my first impressions of Nomzamo, I just really was excited by all the enthusiasm with which they greeted us. As we first stepped out of our GVI bus, we walked down the street and kids were shouting "teacher, teacher, teacher," which was really exciting, because it was just nice to know that they were welcoming us to work with them. So something interesting about tennis is that it is an individual sport. So unlike many of the other Division I college athletic teams, where people have grown up playing team sports like soccer or lacrosse, which Callie plays, I was an individual for all of my junior career. So coming to Stanford, I was really excited to get a team and to be on a team with 10 other girls. And transitioning to the ACE team was very similar to that, because we have a similar sized team full of different personalities, which somehow all work together seamlessly, just like my team back at Stanford.
I think they've been extremely informative. I mean, that's kind of the point of them, and I feel like that's a little obvious to say, but just going and walking around other townships, for example, we walked around Lango with MC, I think was really great, and how I interacted with the kids at ACJ, because it gave me perspective in terms of how different townships function and their level of infrastructure and how that affects the children and how they're brought up. So I kind of respected more what was going on in Nomzamo after seeing the different levels of infrastructure and organization within these different townships, and how Nomzamo was working with what they have. And so I was really appreciative that these kids were coming in every day despite the challenges and enjoying themselves. And it kind of went to show me that it doesn't matter where you're from and what level of income you have, that kind of kids at that age are all the same. They're universal. They want to have fun. They want to play outside and play sports with the older kids. So it gave me a lot of perspective in that aspect as well. I'm going to pick one song to encapsulate our group's vibes. I think it would have to be I Will Survive. Not because we've been put through any dramatic circumstances, but because we often roll with the punches and we're a very strong, independent group who seems to make it through. And we all actually really enjoy singing that song together, so that's kind of why.
I would say on this trip, my favorite karaoke song is Ain't No Mountain High Enough because we always seem to break out into that song and it comes on in the most random of times, but whenever it comes on, everyone just kind of stops what they're doing and starts singing.
So, it was a hidden talent. I'm not sure how hidden it is anymore. But I'm a big fan of doing karaoke. That's kind of my hidden talent. I kind of bring out the guns for that one. But in particular, I do a pretty good Britney Spears impression. So I bring that out on the karaoke stage as well. And my group found that out about me here in South Africa. So I guess it's not a hidden talent anymore.
When I visit Duke, I'm most excited about seeing everyone from the Duke ACE team in their element. It's been amazing to get to know everyone here, but it's always awesome to see the people who you really admire in places that they love. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them there.